Hey, how's it going, bros? My name is Aaron. Welcome back to Bro Talk, a weekly episode where I respond to some of your questions and comments. First, I want to talk about this whole Huawei situation. Your existing Bluetooth headphones and speakers may not work with future Huawei devices. Most of you probably already know that since the executive order by President Trump, many US based tech companies have banned Huawei from accessing any of their technologies. Companies like Qualcomm, for instance. Qualcomm, now that was a big deal because Qualcomm makes the Snapdragon processors that Huawei uses in their smartphones, and also Qualcomm owns aptX Bluetooth technology, which means that future Huawei devices may not support aptX at all. But that may not be such a big deal for Huawei because they make their own processors. So if they cannot use Snapdragon processors, they can use Kirin. If they cannot use aptX Bluetooth technology in their smartphones, they can still fall back on chips made by other brands like Realtek. Yes, it may not have aptX Bluetooth technology, but at least it still has AAC and SBC codec, and customers can still enjoy relatively decent audio. Or they can even do what Apple did, which is to create their own Bluetooth transmission technology, sort of like the Huawei equivalent to Apple's H1 chip. Compatible device, if you use compatible headsets and speakers, you get better latency performance, etc. So the Qualcomm thing is not so bad, but Bluetooth SIG might ban Huawei from using Bluetooth technology. Bluetooth SIG is the worldwide governing body for Bluetooth technology. Anybody who wants to put Bluetooth technology in their device, for example, Huawei, they will have to send the device to Bluetooth SIG so that Bluetooth SIG can vet and confirm that indeed the Bluetooth tech built within the device conforms to their standards. Only then can Huawei sell the device to the customers worldwide without facing legal repercussions. Of course, if Bluetooth SIG decides to comply with the law, this means that Huawei is effectively banned from using Bluetooth technology in any of their future products. Of course, I don't think that this will stop Huawei from making devices with Bluetooth, but here's the thing. They can only sell these devices within China, where it's quite unlikely that they will face any sort of legal repercussions from Bluetooth SIG. And since most of you are probably not based in China because, well, YouTube is banned in China, it's quite likely that you will not be able to use your Bluetooth headphones or speakers with future Huawei devices. If they were to sell these devices in countries like Japan, South Korea, or for example my country, Singapore, it's quite likely that they'll face a huge lawsuit from Bluetooth SIG. So seriously, I mean, who outside of China will even consider buying a phone from Huawei? Because right now Bluetooth is so important, and would you ever buy a phone without Bluetooth? Oh my god, Huawei is in deep trouble. But I want to know what you guys think. Tell me in the comment section below what you think about this whole Huawei situation. And let's have a discussion about it. It's gonna be quite an interesting discussion. So now let's read some comments. Tarun Sankar Perumal, hope I'm pronouncing it right, commenting my review of the Marshall Major 2 Bluetooth headphones. Yo, Sennheiser HD 4.4 BT or this? Well, both of these headphones have their pros and cons. For example, I like the fact that the Marshalls have an amazing battery life. It's got a 50-hour battery life on Bluetooth, playing at 50% volume, which is really good. The Marshalls also have great bass performance. In fact, one of the best bass that I've heard in a pair of Bluetooth headphones. It also supports aptX, it's got a pretty small form factor, and it's also got this vintage stylish look that made Marshall headphones very popular in the first place. The Sennheisers, well, it's nowhere near as stylish as the Marshalls, but it's got this around the ear design, so it provides better noise isolation. It also gives you a more open, expansive soundstage compared to the Marshalls. And because of its around the ear design, it's quite a fair bit more comfortable than the Marshalls if you decide to wear the headphones for a long period of time. Its battery life, however, is nowhere near as good as the Marshalls. Okay, so here's my take. It's very difficult for me to decide which is better because both of them have pros and cons that cancel each other out. But here's the thing about the Major 2 Bluetooth. It is one of the most counterfeited headphones in the market. If you go on Amazon, okay, and you see this, if you see people selling Major 2 Bluetooth at heavily discounted prices, you can be damn sure that they are fakes. I'm not kidding. It is such a serious problem precisely because the Marshalls have always been a very popular brand of headphones. So I will feel safer for you if you buy the Sennheiser HD 4.4 BT. Okay, next comment is from Mitchell FN, commenting my video about the UE Megaboom 3. This guy kinda sounds like a crazy Russian hacker. Who's that? Wait, let's see. Is it true?
What's up everybody, welcome back to my laboratory where safety is number one priority, and for today I got a bunch of reading gadgets. I got 8 different kinds, let's see which one is the best. For the first reader I got here...
No, I don't think so. I do not sound anything like that, okay? That's a very Russian accent, but no. Next comment. Tayenga PUBG Gaming, commenting my video about why Bluetooth earbuds always lag when gaming. Waiting for aptX adaptive support in smartphone. They announced it but no sign of implementation. It's already May 2019. Where is aptX adaptive? Now, for some of you who are not very sure what aptX adaptive is the latest version of aptX that's designed to give you the best audio performance and latency performance depending on what content you're enjoying. So if you're playing a video game or watching a video, it automatically switches to low latency mode so they can enjoy the lowest possible latency when you're playing video games or watching videos. But if you decide to switch over to listening to music instead, you can expect the codec to switch over to a higher bandwidth mode so that you can enjoy higher quality audio. And that's why it's called aptX adaptive, because it's supposed to adapt to the different kinds of content that you enjoy. But if it's so great, why aren't the smartphone manufacturers adopting it yet? Okay, here's my guess. I think none of the smartphone makers want to adopt it because there aren't any headphones or speakers in the market that supports aptX adaptive. And they probably feel that it's not worth going through all that effort, all that expense to adopt something so new that there's not even a market for it yet. And on the other hand, you have all these people who make speakers and headphones, and they're thinking, you know what? Why should we adopt aptX adaptive? There aren't any smartphones that support it anyway. So we need a brand that is big enough, has enough clout and financial power, to implement aptX adaptive and get the rest of the industry to follow. And who knows, maybe a brand like Apple might end up being the one who actually implements aptX adaptive, because recently they've settled a bunch of lawsuits with Qualcomm. Apple and Qualcomm, they're beginning to find each other again, so we might see future iPhones equipped with aptX, who knows? And when that day comes, it's good for the entire industry. So, this is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like this video, as always, please punch that like button with a vengeance and share this video with your friends. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and remember to ring the bell to join Notification Squad, because I upload videos every single week, and this is the only way that YouTube will notify you. So ring the bell and stay notified of future videos from this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So recently I was at this electronics expo and Google was there. Google had this big booth and there was a game that people could play to win a prize. I really wanted that t-shirt, so I decided to join the game. But instead of winning a t-shirt, I won this umbrella instead. Yeah, it's a pretty nice umbrella, I gotta say. I would have preferred the t-shirt.